is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? How is everyone doing? All right. All right. Let's get this start screen heck out of here. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So, if the title didn't give it away, what are we doing here? Well, so I haven't gotten a chance to edit my pre-release. Hey, these cards are sweet, and I'm hoping to do that to get that released for everybody tomorrow afternoon. But something that was interesting, there was a nice little luxury that I got the opportunity to have for this set release is I got my bundle extra early. I actually got it on Monday, and I was trying to decide what I wanted to do with it. If I wanted to do a bundle explainer or something like that. But I know that a lot of the content that drives people towards my page ends up being pre-release content. So I thought, let's do a pseudo-ish bundle pre-release type thing for everybody. So what does that mean? What are we going to do? Great. I'm really glad that you asked. So in a pre-release kit, you usually get one foil promo date stamped card that is either a rare or a mythic. And then you get 6 packs that you open up and you end up creating a deck out of it, right? So I figure I have 9 packs right in front of me here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 6 packs out of that. I'm going to set it to the side. I'm going to open up a 7th pack, and the highest rarity card that I get out of the pack is going to be my promo card. And I'll use that, and then the other 6 packs that I pull out and try and create a deck out of it. I'll show you kind of my style, my thought pattern, how I go about ending up creating these decks, and hopefully I can do it in the 55-minute time limit that we have. And hopefully this is a little bit of a intro into kind of explainer on the pre-release these are cool archetype decks type of thing video that will be coming out in the next day, hopefully. Otherwise we are going to miss the whole algorithm of the whole dang thing. Yeah. I don't know. So I guess some of the things I'll kind of do a pseudo version of that video. And this way, if you go back and you watch it, you can kind of skip through the thing and get right to the good stuff, talking about specific cards. So some of the things that I talk about is, preparing yourself for the pre-release. And that's not just looking at cards. That's also bringing things that are pseudo necessities that you might need throughout the whole thing. So, first up, well, I'm unprepared here. I don't have anything except for Zicam flu gummies that when I was sick about a month ago are still on my desk. But snacks, right? Now, those aren't my snacks, but yeah, bring, I don't know, granola bar, chips, popcorn, something like that. Just in case you get hungry in between matches, you can go ahead and pop some of that. Secondly, in addition to that, a drink. Right here, I have water as my drink of choice for doing this video with you guys. Third, oh, not in there. I know where I have it. Hold up. Loading. Opening up my big beautiful bag here. Hopefully the noise isn't too much. But something like this. Dice to mark counters and things like that on top of it. Nice, beautiful foundations dice there. And thirdly, you're going to want to bring sleeves also. Or I guess that's fourth. I don't even know what number I'm on anymore. And the final thing that is kind of choice, I don't see them in this bag, so they must be in my deck box, but tokens of some sort. And I'm showing you a dry erase marker because I use blank tokens from a couple sets back, and I take those and I sleeve them up in a penny sleeve, and that makes them dry erasable. So I just go ahead and right on that, especially like new tokens in the set. Looking at this set specifically, I'm knocking everything around. Looking at this set specifically, we have like lander tokens and droids, or drones. If I actually knew. But yeah, just a couple things just to bring. And I'm not going to dive into the mechanics too much of the set. Maybe as we go through these cards, we can definitely talk about it. And if I have a little extra time at the end of the video, maybe I'll crack the other 2.5 packs and show you what I got also out of the bundle. But I'll stop screwing around and I will get to the reason why you are here today. Looking at how I end up building my pre-release deck. So, cool little pull tab that they, throw on anything, on all of them. Alright, this is my first time seeing the box. Okay, yeah, so what you expect. Logo on top, same thing that you see on the outside packaging. Sweet. And outside of artwork, they kind of did, a little explainer of all the different races and the specific planets and their ships and those type of things. That's actually kind of cool. I like that better than the giant chunk of artwork, honestly. Personal preference, I take this guy and I just get rid of it right away. Alright. There. Oh my gosh. We didn't steal it. So I'll take these first 2 packs off the top, throw them in there for us, set those guys to the side. Get over there. Well, I'll leave it open because I will have some cards to put in there. Dice, pretty cool. What's there? Oh, there we go. Little planet, Edge of the Eternities icon there. Alright, we will use this pack for our promo card. Let's see what we get out of it. Alright, I'm gonna have garbage everywhere. So, sick little munitions token. Sweet card that makes that. And our robots. Nice. Alright. What do we got? Well, that's a forest. What do we got? Okay. That's our foil. What do we got? Alright. Okay. Cool. So, Diodrine, and this is an interesting little card, is our, like I said, quote-unquote promo. Because I am not, sponsored or an ambassador really with Wizards, I wasn't able to get my hands on a pre-release, and I also am not affiliated with any card shops right now. So we'll see in the future. But basically what this guy does is it's a trample, and it's a 0/1 at the base of it. Has a casting cost of X green-white, so we'll look and see what our green-white pool looks like diving into there. And when it enters with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it. And then whenever you attack, you may remove a +1/+1 counter from each of 2 creatures you control. If you do, draw a card and create a colorless robot. And we saw that token out of this pack. So, okay, if that's my promo, what I will do is I'll end up sorting it all by color for the beginning of it. Okay, so open up the next pack. Usually what I will end up doing, just personal preference, is I'll go through and I'll take, quick look at the cards and just see if there's anything, cool and interesting, just so I have an idea of, once I get all the colors sorted out, okay, yeah, that's there's some sweet cards in there that I know I really like, so I'm going to make sure I keep my eye on it. Do there. Depressurize is a good one. Tapestry. Ooh, okay. Little artifact. Synergy. Oh, Nova. Hellkite for our rare. That's sweet. Okay. Alright. Our tokens, we'll set that over there. So not a bad pack for that first pack out of our quote-unquote pre-release kit. Is there anything that synergizes with our guy here? I wouldn't say anything right from the start. But we got a ton of packs. Well, this might cater to it. There. Plasma Bolt. Cool. Yeah, Thornbringer's okay. Got our first artifact. Ooh, All Fates Scroll. Second artifact. Ah, the land. Oh! We got the Station Gaia's Cradle. Let's go. That's sick. Okay. So we want to play green. All right. What I was going to say is the use social engineering. So landfall creates 2/2 colorless robot artifacts. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let me see if I can get it actually to focus in on this. Wants to focus in on everything besides the card directly in front of it, right? Okay. Anyways, let's go to the thing that matters. Evendu, Waking Haven. It's almost better. Right about here. But yeah, land that enters tapped, and you add 1 green, or you can station it for 12, pay a green, and tap and add green for each creature you control. And then Gene Pollinator, sick. Plainsland right there. I'm gonna set those aside because those are good. Forgive me for a second, because with pulling that little guy there that could or could not be worth something as this set matures, I just throw him right into his sleeve. Let's go. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. I'm stoked about that. We'll put our planet there. Okay. While I'm opening this pack, I know I said I'm not going to dive into the mechanics too much, but what does the station ability do? So basically, station, you can tap a creature. The card with station taps the creature, so you can do it on creatures with summoning sickness. But it will tap the creature, and then that card with station gets charge counters equal to, like, an amount of charge counters equal to the power of the creature that was just tapped. So that is that, it depends. I'm kind of indifferent on the mechanic. I think it could be pretty powerful in some cases. All right, the Surima, that's not bad. But in other cases, I think it just kind of falls short. I think they were definitely trying to toe the line of making sure something doesn't get too strong. But also not making it like, hey, I tap, or it's impossible to get this because it's station 45. It's not gonna happen. Oh, Exosuit Survivor is our card, our first card here. Cool thing about this, so when it enters, you return up to one target permanent you control to its owner's hand. So it can hit anything really. Looking at other formats where you might be able to get a land or something like that into play that your opponents control, you would take care of that. Which I don't know why you would do it, but possibilities. Command Bridge. Not a lot of people are really interested in it, but I think it's a fair card. Yeah, you have to tap two things essentially when it enters because it enters tapped, and then tap another to keep it around. But oh, Sacred Foundry. Hello, hello. That's good too. That's good too. Man, this is looking real interesting. Oh, okay. Terra Symbiosis. Okay. Yeah, this is a good bundle. All right. So Terra Symbiosis will actually work with our promo because whenever you put one or more +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, you may draw that many cards, and you do it once, only once each turn. So, wow, that's a pack. We got basically a massive draw spell for +1 counter decks. And then also the Sacred Foundry out of that too. That's sweet. Oh, and we got the little black Reanimator rare in foil also. You tap it and you can return a creature card. It loses all of its abilities and becomes a skeleton. But yeah, if you have something big to reanimate, I could see, Commander, that being like, hey, bringing back a big finisher. Which, I mean, maybe not, but maybe in limited and sealed sets. Like, yeah, you really want the ability to actually be the thing that comes back, but hey, if not, and you just get like a big, 5/7/9/9 something like that pops back, that's not bad. Okay. Another one that goes perfect with us. This little spacecraft here, when it enters, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. And it has that station of 8 counters on it, 8 or more. Gets flying, trample, and is a 5/4 also. Oh, we got the Sliver card, baby. There we go. The Thrumming Hive Pool. So it does have affinity for slivers, and then slivers you control have double strike and haste, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you create 2 1/1 slivers. Seems kind of expensive, but there's potential to play it necessarily. So not completely out of the realm of possibility, right? Okay. So now our last pack. This is a really good card, but I'm not sure we're playing blue. Shattered Wings, nice removal. The Other Dragon, Grav Kill. Okay. Edge Rover, Full Bore. Ooh, Pygon Colossus. 9 cost, 9/9 with Warp 3. Okay. And, Memorial Vault is our rare. So sacrifice another artifact. Exile the top X cards of your library, where X is 1 plus the mana value of the sacrificed artifact. You may play those cards. Okay, so yeah, you could, if you had a big artifact, which I don't know. We have a 9, a 6, 3, and then like nutrient blocks and a Thaumaton torpedo. So that's probably not making it in. And there we go. All right. Okay. So, first up, what I'm going to do here is let's look at our gold cards, right? So, artifact you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Cool. Okay. So this guy, when you cast your second spell, you create a 1/1 drone token. Cool. And this guy, where it comes in with a number of +1/+1 counters equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it. So X plus 2, essentially. Okay. So we kind of have all three of them can technically work together, and we could run 4-color artifact +1/+1 counters if we wanted. And we have the Sacred Foundry. Command Bridge will get us there, and like this guy will help us with like going wide. So we probably have a little bit of fixing to help us there. Okay. That's fine. Let's look at green first, and let's see like artifacts and artifact creation. Because what is this? When you okay, when an artifact you control enters, yeah. So +1/+1 counters and artifact creation, right? So when it dies, sure. That's just removal. That is okay. So let's do this, right? Artifact +1/+1 counters removal. Great. +1/+1 counters, +1/+1 counters. This guy's cool because he enters with X counters on it, and then when he dies, you can move them off of something else, kind of like a self-contained Ozolith. When a land you control enters, okay, let's put that there. I don't know if Tapestry is going to make it. This is a fight, so let's put it over there. That guy, ramp, cool, landfall. Ooh, but it's also artifacts, right? This guy is a surveil, probably not using that. If we need something, yeah. Another Tapestry Warden, probably not using that. Maybe to deal with flyers. Sure. And then when it enters, target creature you control gains death touch until end of turn. Potentially if we need more. So there, I'm going to say let's look at these, these guys, and these are maybes. Let's throw these over here because we're probably definitely not using those. All right. And then we have the equipment. Probably not. This guy with warp seems good. This will always be cheaper because it gives us 2 less to activate to tap a target creature. If we control a creature with a +1/+1 counter, which that's what we want to do. If an opponent has more lands than us, we create a lander, which sure. And then it also has landfall. 2/3. Focus fire is removal. The exosuit, I think double triggers would be cool. I don't really think we have a need for the Surima because we don't really have legendary creatures. Reroute system seems good. Another focus fire is fine. Flight deck coordinator I think is good, and Night Luminary is probably good because we get more creatures, right? Let's say we put let's put these 4 in for now. So the Hive Pool, Begone Colossus, All Fates Scroll, and the Thaumaton Torpedo. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 1 nutrient block. Right? So, there we go. Let's say we go with the +1/+1 effect. And then, yeah, running this card that when an artifact comes in, we get a +1/+1 counter on target creature we control is just running us 2 additional colors to splash. Which, I mean, we get 1 there. And we can get both with the command bridge. Maybe. We'll leave that there just for the thoughts of it. Let's look at red. So it's the sacrifice and artifact thing. Okay. Full bore. That seems good. Zookeeper Mechan. Sure. Nebula Dragon seems good. Memorial Team Leader. Red Tiger. Yeah, you're probably using those. Potentially Roving Actuator. And Frontline puts +1/+1 counters on it. Destroy an enchantment. Plasma Bolt, probably for removal. Cut Propulsion. You're probably running Hellkite. Orbital Plunge. I'll take these 2 Rig for Wars out and that Memorial. And that's looking at our red pool, right? So I still think we're probably going green-white. But let's see what we have over here. I think black just like isn't possible to run, really. We just don't have enough things to get us where we need to go. Like, black would be good if as a second or even third color for like a little hand hate, a little removal. Because like the whole Carver can be removal because it's Death Touch 1/1. Then like Depressurize is removal. Embrace Oblivion is removal. Grav Kill, removal. Scrounge for Eternity is kind of like recursion. Zoo Effete is continual recursion. Faller's Faithful, removal. Virus Beetle is hand hate. Faller's Faithful. I mean, like, we have... What do we got here, right? We got... We got 6 cards that could be removal there. And, yeah, that might work. But, I don't know. We don't have anything else that would really synchronize with it 100%. Let's take a look at blue. Mechan, Cryo Shatter is kind of a removal thing. We do have the Tap Down Boy, the Defender guy, the blue equipment. Mental Modulation is pretty nice. But I don't see anything in our blue pool that screams like, yeah, we're playing blue, right? It's like Spellcraft Mechan is like, if you sacrifice an artifact, you get a +1/+1, which is potential with the green robot factory. Cryo Shatter gives us removal. Mechan Navigator gives us hand sculpting. We get a Defender guy. Another one of the sacrifice to get a +1/+1. Potential to get 2 things tapped down with stun counters. Yeah. I think we're okay there, right? So, I like this, right? I think let's just get rid of black, right? Let's get rid of blue. Let's put those to the side. Is there anything that we like have to have from red, right? I mean, so looking at these cards, the issue that we have is red is like a fairly good curve. It has a decent amount of removal. So let me move these cards out of the way. So like, I'll separate these just to get an idea of what we're looking at between creatures versus removal. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. Like, that's a good feel. And then we don't have a 2-drop. We have a 1-drop here. Or, I mean, we don't have a 1-drop. We have a 2-drop, 3-drop. We have removal kind of across the board to help us get where we need to be. We have 3 4s and then a high end at 7 with the Nebula Dragon. Yeah, I mean, red is a possible choice for sure. Let's look at... Let's count out all the cards that we have set aside right now. Okay? Let's include these 2. Let's say we splash double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 is about where we stop. And we have 5 more. So we would be at 29. And putting 16 lands into that. Because I usually run about 16. So, yeah. That's going to leave us like 45. Yeah. 45 we're looking at. kind of a big deck. I think that's probably a little too much. So let's do other things. All right, let's start mapping it out. We have a 2-drop, a 3-drop. Let's put that way at the high end. Okay. I'll remove these cards. I'm gonna move these cards. Four. Put that at the high end also. Nope. So, looking at this, you're like, okay, what the heck is he doing here? Seems like he's got 2 piles of things. Why is the ones down there? I'm gonna put my creatures up there, and then my things that can become creatures, and then I'm going to put all of my artifacts, enchantments, instants, and sorceries down here for us. And just what this is doing, and I know there's other streamers and people that you've watched that probably do this too, because I don't know, I feel like it's pretty necessary for most people to just get an idea of where their deck's at, right? And I keep putting them in the wrong area. But this is just to be like, okay, where's my curve at? Am I heavy on removal? Am I heavy on 1s? Am I heavy on 2s? What life are we living? All right? So, honestly, like, doesn't really look the worst, I'll say. I keep going back to wanting to take out, like, the gear and maybe the nutrient block. Because the nutrient block's the only thing that's really going to get me life. It's going to get me 3 life. The gear is good because it comes in and it does have reach. So it deals with flyers, which, let's see, we have 1, 2 flyers. Well, spaceship is 3 once we get there. Yeah, like 2 flyers. I think we need this gene pollinator up here that taps, and then you tap another permanent, and it creates 1 mana of any color itself. How many... So, next thought is, how many artifacts, how many things that are or can create artifacts are we playing here? Oh, side note, I put these guys up here, even though it's X2 and X2, because those I'm probably casting. I can cast for a flexible cost. I'm probably casting them for a higher cost more times than not. And I put the 9 directly on top of it because, yeah, it's a 9. But you know what? I think the 9 actually goes here. And here's why. Because I'm probably not hard casting it for 9 most times. I'm probably going to cast it for the warp cost. And yeah, it doesn't have haste, but look at this guy. If you can see the number there, maybe. Its station cost is 8. So warping this in and then putting it on that instantly gets us this flying trample 5/4. So yeah, it's probably living in that warp zone. So now let's look at artifacts and see how many artifacts we have that come in to see if Uthros Exile is worth it, right? So we have one up here, our promo, 2, 3, which the weft blade is actually over here. Oh, well, actually, it's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still flight. Nope. 6. 7, 8. 9 with a lander. 10 with a lander. 11. 11 cards that can count with that. I think that's good enough to play. Okay. Then let's look at this other guy that we're splashing for. And whenever you cast your second spell, you create a 1/1. We're going to be doing that all the time. I think that's an easy include also. And now a lot of people might be like, well, Joe, cut the card that is a white-blue, cut the card that's a blue-red, and then if you cut the 2 cards you were talking about, you have 4 cards, you're running 41. That's not bad. Yeah, I get it, but we're kind of doing this for having fun. First off, we're not trying to win the whole thing. If we do, sick, great. But also, we just want to have fun, and we want to play with the cool cards that we got, right? So if I get rid of and I kind of have infinite flyers, right? As long as the station monitors out infinite flyers. Let me get rid of these 2. Right? If I get rid of those, we're in a better spot, right? 43. Okay, little high. But I don't think that there's a lot of cards here that we're going to look at and we're going to be like, you gross. That doesn't do enough. I don't know why I had a focus fire up there. Now the thing that I want to look at is what is our removal? So, yeah. We have 1, 2, potentially 3, but definitely 4, 5 with Shattered Wings. I would say 6 with the Melt Strider's Resolve. What else do we have? Any other big time removal? Maybe the Starport Security. That would probably do it. So let's say 7 ways for removal. I think that's pretty good. At this point, so the videos right now we're running at 49 minutes. I started 10 minutes in, be 40 minutes, and I would say, yeah, I feel good with this. Let's run it and see. I think there's an alright curve. I think we're a little flat. I would like to have like either the 2s or the 3s be a little thicker. But I think this here helps. Having a good handful of removal helps. Yeah, I would say that this is probably our deck. Now, hopefully, what I can end up doing is I can go and I can put all these in Architect, so we can kind of see the deck that we made today, right? So yeah, that would give us our deck. Then we would need lands. So how would we figure out lands, right? So I think there's a red, a white. This can count for anything. If you're playing this, I would grab one more blue. And one more red. If you're not playing it, I say 2 blue, 1 more red. So let's say we do run with it, right? We would have 4 here because 2 red, 2 blue, or, 2 blue. We have this guy that can really do a lot of work for us on the green side of things. Yeah, I would go with, well, let's count it out, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 green cards, right? Not gonna worry about those. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay. And technically 10. This one is going to count as a wash because it's both colors. This one we're already counting for. And colorless doesn't matter. So we have 11 and we have 8. Technically 9. I would probably split that down the middle. So we have 4 with the additional 2 that we talked about here. And then we want to run 16 total, so 12. So, let's do 5 and 7. And the 7 would include this guy also. And I think that's it. I think that is the deck that we build then. And we're good to go. We go in, we see how it plays, have fun with it. Hope we get some W's. If not, is what it is. But real quick, let's crack these final 2. Well, let's also see what we pulled out of the rest of this, right? Okay. Sammy's Curiosity is a really good one. 2 life and get a lander. Ooh, Sammy Ship's Engineer. That would be a sweet one for this deck. Unfortunately, it has red, and we do have red in there. What am I talking about? Yeah. So that would be sick. Then Seed Ship Agrarian would be alright too. Yeah. So I think there's some cards in there that if we had access to those cards or we opened them up in our pack, we could definitely look at. The Sammy card is just basically if 2 or more creatures are tapped at your end step, you create a 2/2 robot. Very cool. Crypto Shatter, Weft Blade, Shattered Wings, great. Nebula Dragon, another grab kill. Galactic Warfarer, Bestest Boy, Timeline Color, cut propulsion, seam rip, cerebral download. And ooh, we got the pseudo questing beast, the frenzied Baloth. Oh, and we got look at that pretty card. Look at the blue. All right, that's sick. That's sick. Yeah, the Fell Grab Ship. That's pretty cool. So, you mill 3 cards, and then you return a creature or spaceship card from your graveyard to your hand. Um, I like the card. I think it's fine. I think it's definitely a interesting card, but I think it coming back to your hand is, is what it is. It's fine enough, right? It's fine enough. We wish it came back and went onto the battlefield. Sure, charge me 1 more mana just to get it on the battlefield, please, please. Final pack out of the bundle now. All right, so this is the rest of the bundle, right? These last 2 packs: Sammy's Curiosities, Slag Drill, Transmissions, Operative, another Exosuit, Nutrient Block, Torpedo, Mechanozoa. Ooh, the Alpha Rail, the worst one, but Alpha Rail. Pulsar Squadron. This is one of them that I really liked because it lets you. Well, I liked it in the set review, but in the pre-release it was a little less because it lets you look at the top 5 cards. You reveal a spaceship. If not, you put a +1/+1 counter on this. I think that's fine because, a 2/2/3 is decent, and that creates a threat. But, the main meat and potatoes of the cards, like wording, you're not going to use. All right, and a null. Oh, Dominion bracelet. Yo, I think this is actually worth $1 or 2 also. We'll set that aside. And decoded in our mountain. Okay. All right. Yeah, I I feel like I may or may not have to say it. I don't know. I feel like I did really well in that bundle. But that was not a bundle from Wizards. Like I said, I am not a ambassador on this in this set. I haven't been given that yet. But they did say that they'd be closely monitoring and to keep up what I'm doing. Here I am, I'm doing it. But yeah, that bundle was sweet. I'm really happy with it. Let me know what you think of the bundle. Let me know what you think of the pre-release deck that we put together. Let me know if there's anything that I missed. If you like the way that I did some things, if you dislike the way that I did some things. Some of it was out of order compared to what I would do at the pre-release, but I think ultimately we got there. We had a really nice deck, and even with opening up 2 additional packs and kind of talking through a little bit more of my thoughts, I mean, we had like 10 minutes to spare for the pre-release, if it was the 55 minutes. Eric, hey, what's up? Welcome in, welcome in. Obviously, YouTube Studio. Oh, there we go. Now it knows I'm concurrent. I have a concurrent viewer. Hey, thank you for coming in. Yeah, I actually just finished up doing everything, so unfortunately, I'm about to end the stream real quick, but feel like we had a pretty good bundle. I don't know what you ended up getting to see, but a good old Dominion bracelet there. I built out the pre-release deck. Ended up being green or white, but splashing like a red blue-ish, which I know is crazy, but I'd rather have fun than, go crazy. If I open the cards, I'm going to play as many of them as I can, right? So we got a Sacred Foundry out of the bundle. And then what else did we get? Oh, the Tarot Symbiosis was another one I was stoked about. The actual good green spaceship. The U.S. Social Engineering that landfall creates a 2/2 robot. Sweet. And then I got the Gaia's Cradle with Station on it. A little worse, but hey, we take it. And I'm sure it's going to be a couple dollars at least. It's got to be. I mean, even Growing Rights at Itlamok, even though it's like $4 now, it was like $40 or $50 for the longest time, right? I have not ripped any collectors yet. I actually don't have a line to any early products. Unfortunately, I'm gonna hit up some collector boosters at my pre-release tomorrow, and I'll probably make a video on it and throw some of the packs up. You know, just like, hey, this is what I ended up ripping out of it. This is what I think about it. I have seen a bunch of people rip collector boosters. I think that they're pretty good depending on exactly what you're chasing. I've seen a lot of like really cool artworks, which I did an art treatment video 2 or 3 days ago. And also it seems like every 2 to 3 packs people are ripping galaxy foils also. So yeah, it seems like pretty good value. I actually like the space set, and I feel pretty high on the space set. I know there's a lot of people out there that kind of hate it, but I mean, that's where I'm at. So don't yuck my yum, right? But yeah, yeah, that's kind of what I was doing today. Oh yeah, yeah, the special guest in Sothera's or Sothera. Yeah, I I I want that singularity foil so bad, so bad. Even though I'd have to look it up on my phone to actually figure out what it does every time I play it. I still want it. It doesn't stop me from having things that I want. And the special guests, yeah, there's some sweet ones. I actually, oh yeah. I know that you can pull them out of these, but yeah, no luck. Wizards hates me, even though I didn't get this from Wizards, but still, they hate me. I actually like the darkness print. I think that that's like the coolest artwork for the special guest. I'm not sure why, but there's something about it. But yeah. No, hey, if you end up ripping packs, good luck to you too, cause I feel like we all need it. Especially if you dumped a bunch of money into Final Fantasy. Like, I mean, I didn't necessarily too much, but I know there were a bunch of people out there that had dumped a bunch of money into it. But yeah, all right. Hey, thank you for stopping by. Uh, Unfortunately, like I said, you stopped by right when I was about to jump off, and it's midnight. I'm ready for bed. I got a late night tomorrow with the pre-release, and then who knows what happens after that? Because I'll probably be up until 2 in the morning, just opening random packs or just high off pre-release juices. But yeah, if you play, good luck. If you're just cracking packs, good luck to you. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, if you aren't subscribed, you can go ahead and subscribe. Be appreciated. But you don't have to. Obviously, this is the YouTube thing, right? Um, but yeah. So hopefully, hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully the pre-release deck looked good. And signing off, I guess. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching. And until next time, let's get that W. Be kind. And